Warning, MF Uncensored contains adult language and discussion. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to MF Uncensored. Don't forget, if you guys are listening to us on the go, you can find us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, basically anywhere you get your podcasts. You can also find more of our content on our website, themisfitfaction.com. There you find links to not only this show, but some of our other shows like the Multiverse Fancast and Cinematic Adventures. You'll also find news, reviews, articles, and more, so make sure you guys check that out. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Paul, and we have something different, we have something special, and we have something that's probably going to go wrong throughout the entire episode today. And that is because not only is it me in the room, we also have Ronnie in the room. Ronnie, how are you in the room?
I'm doing very well. My name is Ronnie in the room now, apparently, so
Yes.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We also have via Zoom is Sean. Sean, how are you zooming?
I'm zooming very well. How are you?
You're zooming uncomfortably.
Just a zoom.
Shut up. All right, off the rails. All right. And from YouTube and Your Mom's Diary, we also have our friend Brendan, or BlindBat8719, as he's also known. Brendan, how is YouTube and Mom's Journal?
I don't know anything about Mom's Journal.
That's what they say.
Okay, but YouTube is doing fine. I'm really happy with my YouTube.
So we are super excited. It's the last episode of the year at time of recording. We are wrapping up 2023, thank God, because God did it suck. But it did have some good, and it did have some bad. So we're going to be taking a little look backwards and a little look forwards. And if you look backwards and you see Ronnie, just start running. Anyway, so we are going to start off with a year in review. We're going to give each Misfit and Misfit guest and Sean a chance to talk about the year in review, some of the good, the highs, the lows, what we've been up to. I know we've been doing a lot of the interviews. They've been popping up a lot more, which has been a lot of fun, mostly for me. But, that's because I do all the work. And Sean's going to edit all the podcasts from now on, just so you guys know. Sean is now in charge of editing. He has taken over and has yet to do anything. So,
Sounds good.
sounds good. So let's start with Sean. Sean, what are some highlights of the year? Let's do we'll do our typical. What's something that you watched over the year? It could be movie or TV or both. I don't care. A beverage choice for the year. What won the year? What won 2023? What alcoholic beverage? And what was the last thing we typically did? What are you reading?
What are you reading?
So, Sean, we all know that you haven't read a book since 5th grade, but it's a fair assessment. That's not even being mean. But anyway, so Sean, tell us about your 2023.
Oh, wow. 2023 was a mixed bag of a year for me. In terms of the movies, it was very lackluster, except for like one single point in the middle of the year when we had Barbie and Oppenheimer both released at the same time, and we had the phenomenon known as Barbie Heimer, which was really cool. Really good to see the excitement for people to go back to a movie theater, which we've had sporadically since COVID ended. But this was the first time where it was like, wow, okay, this is what it used to be like now. And it's fallen back on its face again. So, But reading-wise, that's a great question.
He read the stats in football.
Yeah, there you go. I read my fantasy lineup that failed me miserably the other day. My quarterback got 2 points, which was just painful.
Sports.
Yeah, sports. Are we doing personal stuff, or
you can do a personal highlight of the year?
Personal highlight of the year was my girlfriend and I were, in a sense, forced. We had to move. Sadly, a place we were living at flooded, and we had to leave it. So we were lucky enough to find a very nice apartment where we currently are now, and we were very happy. So overall, 2023 was pretty good for me, but there were some speed bumps, and I'm looking forward to 2024.
Yeah, Sean's the only person that when he moves somewhere for the first time, something horribly goes wrong immediately.
Very true.
So
very true.
This is a true story. So Sean, Ronnie, and I used to live in a house together, and then COVID hit. Also, I moved in with my now wife at the time. We had just gotten engaged, so I moved out, and then COVID hit, and everybody just kind of went their separate ways. So Sean and I had a truck at the time, and I'm never getting a truck again because my lower back can't handle helping anybody else move. However, Sean was moving into his new apartment at the time in Danbury, and that night we're sitting on the couch. I've got the heating pad on and just a can-do attitude because it was just me and Sean for some reason helping and moving. But anywho, not bitter. And suddenly Sean sends us a video of him of his new apartment, a pipe burst the very first night there. And somehow Sean found the strength to move everything that it took the two of us to move immediately. I will never forget. I was like, how did you move your bed? He was like, I don't know.
Take it apart, and I just moved everything.
Yeah.
Sheer panic.
And then
strength.
so after you moved out of there, you moved in with your girlfriend into your first place, and then you had the issues with the walls.
Yeah, it was a basement apartment, so it would, in heavy rainfall, it would flood. And so this time around, it was not recoverable. So we decided that we would move. So
yeah, Sean's had a busy year.
But like I said, we're happy. We're lucky. We found a good place. We're here for at least another year and a half, and can't complain.
All right, so we're going to roundtable this. We're going to go right to Blind Bat 8719 himself, Mr. Brendan. Brendan, first of all, thank you for coming to join us. I know.
Thank you very much for having me. I've been wanting to do this for a little while, and every time I look through the podcast, like, oh man, that would have been a fun one to be on. That would have been a fun one to be on. So I'm really happy to be here today.
You're always welcome. All you have to do is just text me, and I will respond in 3 to 4 business days.
And I know that's the case, but I also know my own schedule. I want to be respectful of your time as well as Sean and Ronnie's, and sometimes I'm like, I'm not going to make it home in time to record for them, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, well, with Zoom, it's so much easier now. But Brendan, what's going on? 2023, how was it?
It's not really flashing before my eyes, but ultimately, I always like to think the year has always been good. In my head, I was thinking about how work has changed for me and whatnot. And usually, like, how many supervisors did I go through this year? Which I think the number is 3, actually. But no, for me, in terms of, like, I'm happy with where work is right now. I'm in a new training program and a new discipline where I get to make things go bang. Mm-hmm. So that's been a lot of fun, as much as I want to talk about with that. And then what's supposed to be what I've been reading and watching and all that fun stuff. So I've been, actually, this year is, like, the first time I got big into, like, reading manga again. And whatnot. So I went through, like, 12 different series, which is kind of insane because it doesn't sound like a lot. Then you realize, like, Bleach is 700 chapters, so I was like 1,400 pages. So that was a lot of fun. Didn't really like Bleach, actually. Huh. I read it just so I can be said I did all the big 3: Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. Though I just read The Last Ronin, the new Turtles.
Oh, with the Raphael is like the last of the Ninja Turtles.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I really liked that. To me, there was a lot of Frank Miller and The Dark Knight Returns influences at times. I'm at one point, wait, so you just went through the sewer into, like, the mud pile. Clearly, I know where this came from.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Knight Returns. So that was something that I was enjoyed reading recently. And then, watching-wise, I just watched My Neighbor Totoro for the first time, mostly because I just got HBO Max, or Max, whatever they call it nowadays, and I needed to put something on to entertain my son, but I was like, I want to watch something new that I think that might be safe for him. So I'm like, this one should be, people talk about it, like, there's, like, no plot to it, really. Basically, it is the family moves to the countryside, and they meet the wood spirits. But it's just so well
I hate when that happens. Yeah,
right? Especially when it's, like, a 9-foot-tall furry animal. So, with an umbrella. And so, but no, it's a really simple thing. It looks gorgeous, and it was like, and he just put it on. He just started laughing his butt off. And I'm like, we have a winner. Thank you.
There you go.
My
nephew likes cars. And I hate cars.
Love cars.
And I'm shut up.
The first movie is a gem.
No.
After that, it goes downhill.
All right, we'll agree to disagree. But I'm trying to get him away from. Shut up. I'm trying to get him away from cars, but it is not working.
You should try the Batwheels TV show they have out now.
Batwheels, oh my god.
Yeah.
But apparently he also loves Elf. Well, we discovered that during the holiday season.
It's Will Ferrell.
My wife loves Elf. I hate Elf. It's not my
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot Sean was here. Then it turned to hating Will Ferrell movies, and Sean's like, I am here.
That's usually my default.
See, this is the thing with Elf. I think it's a good movie, but it is overrated. People say it's like #1 Christmas movie of all time. No,
Home Alone
Top
is.
10, yes. Top 5, okay. I'll be okay if someone puts it top 5, like meaning like 4 or 5. But to say it's the best Christmas movie of all time, people just don't know movies.
I think sometimes, though, where it comes from, I think, is when it came out and when you watched it. Yeah. I have been doing for myself my own musical journey, and I've been writing down, like, who are these artists, like say, Biggie and Tupac, and for me personally, Slipknot, of, like, who I've never heard before, but people say a lot of great things about, like, what makes them great. I listen to all the Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what makes them great. And I realize sometimes what makes things great is...
Paul, Ringo. That's what makes them great.
Yes.
Ringo.
Is that the time in which, like where you are and the time and space that things kind of come out. Like, I think people talk about, like, things like Rubber Soul and maybe not the White Album, but Revolver, like the 2 big ones people talk about all the time. I listen to them like, why is this so fantastic? And I realized it's because I grew up listening to rock music that's been influenced by them. So hearing what was new back then is like, this is old hat.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's why, like, with Elf, it just happened to hit them at the right time. So it's more a lot of nostalgia and a lot of like, this is why this resonated with me, and that's why people think it's so great.
I also think it's super quotable.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing too. It could be quotable. Like the whole like Santa, I know him. Like you hear that all the time, and you know it's from Elf.
Yeah.
You know, like that. So to me, like that is another reason why people have such high regards for.
It's like
that
layers.
movie. Yes.
Like onions. like
Like a
ogres.
parfait. Everybody loves parfaits.
Ogres have layers. What have you been drinking? And we gotta circle back to Sean after this because he didn't tell us what he's been drinking.
So my wife's coworker gave us a whole bunch of coquito.
Oh,
so
no.
I've been trying that out actually. So that's been fun.
Don't say that word out loud too many times. Producer Melanie will appear Beetlejuice style. Yeah. We have a bottle in the fridge that we got from one of our neighbors.
Ronnie, you gotta do that in the mirror.
Spin around and turn off the lights. And we have to have a slumber party and braid hair. That's the only way Bloody Mary works. But
Can we
Sean,
also paint nails.
we're not painting nails.
Sure.
Sean, what is your drink of 2023?
I don't really have a drink of 2023. My girlfriend is a bit of a beer snob, so she likes a lot of West Coast sour beers that I am particularly not a fan of. So she's gotten me into Allagash White.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Is good. It's nothing to write home about, but it's solid. Her father, though, however, likes to brew his own beer. So he's already brewed 2 beers now since we've been dating. One was like a heavy winter beer, and then for this past summer, he brewed a red ale that was perfect. It was out of this world. It was so good.
Mhm.
So, but in terms of just a drink I'm drinking, I don't really have one. I really haven't been drinking that much, so that's takes away that part.
At least you provided an answer.
Yeah, right?
And we have Captain Coquito over here. Yes, so we'll take it.
There's that, and then I think the one thing I wanted to shout out is I love Bluey. That was like the big thing I've memorized right now. Bluey is freaking awesome, by the way.
Is that the dog?
That is the
Yes.
dog.
Yeah.
I'm waiting the new episodes drop, and new-ish, air
It's
quotes.
knock off Blue's Clues.
Yeah, Sean, who would win in a fight, Bluey or Blue's Clues?
Blue's Clues because he's dirty.
I could see that.
She.
Just the dogs? Are we having the
Same
dogs are
difference.
fighting each other?
Dog fight, and then we'll do host
Well,
fight.
isn't it? No,
No,
hasn't-
Blue from Blue's Clues is a girl.
But hasn't it changed like 17 times?
No, it's
No.
still
Or
it's
is
still a
that just
girl.
Steve?
And
And
Steve's changed a few times.
Steve's changed a few times. Yes,
Isn't Louis Australian?
Australian. Yeah, and
Yeah, they'll win.
Yeah,
Australia
but
wins.
Trent is the boy.
and she can actually has fists to use per se. Blue is just Blue is just a regular puppy. Whereas
I will disagree. Blue can go into pictures. Obviously, Blue's got some magic that we're
Yeah.
not sure about. And also, they know when we're talking to them. Because I still answer Blue's Clues if it's on.
It's mail time.
Like, do you see where it went? I'm like, over there!
They're like, oh, it's right here. You're like, that's what I said.
That's what I said, Steve.
Bluey does copy from them the whole look at the camera and say hooray whenever
Yeah.
something good happens.
Oh, it's stupid.
It's awesome.
I'm more of a Dora the Explorer kind of guy anyway.
Ah,
Donde está Boots? Right there. Thank you. Yes.
Swiper, no swiping.
Swiper, no swiping. All right, Sean. Good job.
Yes.
Proud of you.
He
Thank
messed
you.
up. That's
Yeah.
why I said that.
Ronnie, what's your
Yes.
2023 look like?
Well, my 2023 was pretty good, I guess. Had a baby girl back in June, so that's the big thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know, right?
Did the paternity test come back yet, or?
100% mine.
Oh man.
0%.
That baby is
0%
Ronnie,
Jacqueline's
so-
100% mine. No. Good thing she doesn't listen to this.
And she's been on it.
Yeah, right?
It's like producer Melanie. Don't worry.
Yeah, right?
No, producer Melanie will only listen if she knows I said something I'm not supposed to say on it, and it's not like anybody tells her.
So basically,
Really?
she's gonna listen to this one because she's gonna know you said something.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So that's the big thing for me right there. As far as reading, I actually have the book I'm reading. 'cause
Oh my
Paul does
God.
not believe I actually know how to read. So it's called American Marxism. I just started this, so I can't tell you too much about it. But basically, it's about some ideologies that's being spread in culture nowadays. That. Are you taking a picture to prove that I have?
no,
books?
it's for the Instagram to help promote the channel.
For the
Yeah, right?
for the gram, bro. For the gram.
So that I just started to read, but that's the big thing I'm reading. As far as what I'm watching, got back into Suits because it's on Netflix. So we
Woohoo, see
just
the money,
finished
wanna
that.
say. Yeah, but did you hear the whole the whole big thing with the Netflix stats where they finally released their official stats,
Yeah.
and like none of the things that were like super popular at the time were like
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
The like tax write-off BS you think they're pulling off?
It's
Something.
well, no, it's because it's their channel. They dictate what so basically, when they say
yeah.
this is the number one in the country,
Oh.
it's not necessarily because everybody's streaming it. It's just because they said this is number one.
Yeah.
Like, look at Rebel Moon just came out. I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. I have no desire to watch Rebel Moon because it has a 38% critic score and like a 60% audience score. At some point, I'm sure I'll watch it, but it's still number one streaming. I'm like,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Because you know what it is it could be true as far as how many times it's been clicked on, but it doesn't necessarily mean like it's been watched through. So like a movie like that where nobody really likes it, people could turn it on and turn it off 5 minutes into the movie because it sucks, and yet it's got
view.
1 million clicks. It's got a view. So like that's why some of the stuff is a little iffy when it comes to stuff
And when you
like
say
that.
like clicks too, it doesn't hurt the fact that for Netflix they auto start almost everything. You hover over for a moment to try to read what's going on.
Yeah.
Stupid Netflix.
But so that's kind of the big thing, as well as Miss Rachel. That's another one.
I can't. She's tough. She's a hard sell.
Is she?
Yeah.
My daughter loves it, so we literally put it on, and she shuts up and starts dancing right away.
That's
So
awesome.
What, to the
that's
opening
right.
song?
Basically, the whole thing,
She just dances to Suits?
no to Miss
Miss
Rachel.
Rachel.
Oh.
It's a kid thing. But
Oh,
yes,
I
'cause there
thought,
is a
I thought we were
Rachel-
still talking about Suits.
Yeah, no.
I was like Meghan Markle.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
realized
But
Rachel.
yeah.
I realized what he's
Yeah.
getting at.
But that's a big thing. Watch a few good movies out there too. You know, like what was it? Jesus Revolution. I actually did like that one. Yes, I know. I saw that face, Sean. That was a good one.
Did you say Jesus Revolution?
Yes.
Is that like a mainstream movie, or was Kirk?
Yeah, it was out in theaters.
Was Kirk Cameron in it?
It was out in theaters and it did well, but that was a good one I saw. Like as far as like not big movies, because obviously you had Oppenheimer. Saw that was good. Slept through Barbie. I know, yeah, it's Margot Robbie.
You're the problem then. You're the male problem of Barbie.
Wasn't anything special. I watched it because of obviously wife and teenage daughter, but
And Margot Robbie, right?
yeah,
I was gonna say that's what I was saying. Like,
Oh,
wait a minute.
yes.
I'm like, wait.
yeah. But then as far as drinking, couple things actually.
Oh dear God.
One thing it's called ranch water. It's a seltzer, like a low brand name seltzer that I happened to just stumble across that I really enjoyed. But then a couple weeks ago, I was introduced to a butterscotch espresso martini.
Oh God, that hurt. That hurt.
No way.
Oh wow.
It is
No, that's just
delicious.
I have post-traumatic stress with
really?
butterscotch martinis.
Yeah.
I had 4 once in a sitting.
Mm.
That was a long, very sugary night, and
Yeah.
oh man,
So those are like my kind of top ones, especially because I now have to do my best to stay away from gluten, so I can't drink beer anymore. So it's the seltzers and just liquor and stuff like that I could drink. Oh no, it's such a shame. I know, guys. But so I would say those are the kind of things that I've been sipping on this year.
oh good,
Yeah.
good, happy for you.
Thank you.
So yeah, for me, in terms of watching, we've binge watched a few shows and a lot of movies. I honestly though, the show that I've enjoyed the most is recently, and that's Reacher. Man, Reacher season 2 just dropped, and
No spoilers. I'm only 2 episodes in.
that's fine. No spoilers. But it is
Reacher dies. No, I'm sorry.
Reacher's not alive anymore. It's all a dream. No,
It's like 15 books.
yeah, I know. There's so many books,
This was
but
book 15.
yeah, this is the 15th book. Didn't you know? But I really got into it. My wife and I have been looking forward to it every week. They dropped 3 episodes at once, which was wild, and we're also watching the new season of What If, which they're doing a new episode every day. And this season has so far been a vast improvement over the previous one. So we're into it. We watched 2 episodes last night. We watched like the Christmas episode. They did one, and it's just a good time, and it's much better than season 1. In terms of reading, there's not a lot.
Just reading my mind.
I think I spend more time learning about podcasting and learning about editing and YouTubing. If any of you guys are following us, you might have noticed that there's been a change to both our social media accounts, like how the postings happen and what they look like, and also our videos and all that stuff. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. I've also scratch that. I have been reading the EMT textbook. That's what I've been reading for the last 2.5 months. I've been taking an accelerated EMT course in my sparing off time. So that's been taking up the majority of my existence. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it is just so much reading and tests and all this stuff. So in my basically my free time looks like podcasting and occasionally hanging out with my wife. So because her and I are on different schedules for the most part. Or actually, I guess we're on the same schedule, but then I just have so much after work that I got to do. In terms of the alcohols, I will say that the winner of 2023 for me, and winner's a strong word because the one that did the most damage was Loyal Cocktails. They're spiked lemonades, and they taste exactly like lemonade, like to the T. You can't taste the alcohol.
So you have 30 of them before you're on the floor.
Well, so they're 9% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So they come in 4-packs, and I think I did all 4 once, and oh man, I was
You're crawling.
barely functional, and then the hangover was wild just because of the sugar. Not even from the alcohol, just so much sugar. My body's not used to that much sugar anymore. But it definitely led to some of the more fun nights of the past year. Yeah, they're dangerous. So dangerous.
One night's on lemonade.
It's just lemonade, guys. So with that is 2023. Let's talk a little bit about 2024. I'll give everybody a couple of seconds to think about some of the goals for 2024, or some of the plans, some of the excitement.
Boom, done.
Oh, Ronnie's done. So guess what? We're gonna reverse the round table. It'll come back to me. Ronnie, you're going first. 2024. Give us some goals.
If we reverse the order, technically you're supposed to be going first.
Nope.
It's host prerogative.
Yeah. Dealer's choice. I'm dealing.
So for me, the main thing I have going on in 2024 that I could definitely think of on the top of my head is I'm actually going back to school part-time to just have like a backup plan for myself, going back and for paralegalism.
You really need to stop watching Suits. Watches Suits one time.
No, so it's just kind of like something to have to learn some business law and stuff like that just to have in my back pocket, basically. And obviously, help with, what I'm doing right now too. Learning about business law and stuff like that will help too. So kind of doing that. So my goal is to get my degree by the end of 2024.
Are you doing it online or?
Well, this upcoming semester is in person.
Yikes.
But after that, it would be all online. Yeah. So,
bachelor's?
No, so this would be for associates because technically all you need is a certificate.
Oh.
In order to become a paralegal, and then they have an associate's and a bachelor, and obviously, the more education you get, the better your pay is. But some places will pay for your education. So I'm like, maybe I'll go with like the bare minimum, have someone pay for my education if I decide to actually go that route instead of me paying for it.
Can you imagine Dr. Ronnie?
Oh.
It wouldn't be doctor, it'd be a lawyer, if anything.
Well, you can get your doctorate.
Well, yeah. I don't know if I would do that. That's a lot of work.
Melanie's talking very jokingly because she's finishing her master's program.
Yeah.
I want to say in August. She wraps it up. But then she was like, man, imagine if I went for my doctorate. I was like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, we can't. I can't emotionally watch you do this anymore. Because between her and her master's program and me with the EMT stuff, because I debated for my job, I get a stipend for either a master's degree or for the EMT certification. Yeah. And the master's degree is only an extra $700 a year.
So that's nothing?
That's nothing.
Essentially.
But for the EMT, it's an extra $2,000 a year. So I was like, well,
yeah,
let's figure this out. Obviously, the master's
What's
degree.
behind door 3?
The lottery? That's another thing I've been doing a lot this year. I've been playing the lottery a lot more. It's up to $633 million.
Usually I don't play until it's $500 million. Oh, that's when I start playing.
That's where.
As if
That's his line.
As if 10 million, because I think that's usually where it starts at is 10 million or something.
I would be happy with $12 that was just given to me.
I was going to say
to buy
instead
more
of playing
lotto
at
tickets.
10 million, which would change lives like ours, I'm like, nah, I gotta wait till it's $500 million before I start playing.
Well, no. I know we joke about that, but I have that same philosophy as well because I want it to be. I don't want to be make. I don't know if it's my habit that I'm spending $2 or $10 a week gambling on this. So that's kind of like how when I go to the casino, like I got $100, so I better put budget that when I go play the slots. So I do the same thing with Lotto, where I'm like, okay, if it's at a certain point, then it's worth me taking the time out of my day to make sure I get a ticket because it's life-changing amount of money.
Yeah.
I just do it on the app now.
Yeah.
I got a Jack
I have
Pocket
it too.
It's awesome. It's addictive.
Connecticut's not in that yet. I can't do that.
Oh, that's all.
You gotta go.
I'm
I
scared.
still have to go and buy
Yeah.
tickets in person.
Yeah, no, I think online gambling on my phone like that, I'm like, nope, I'm staying away from that.
It's just it's addictive. That's the only thing.
That's why I'm staying away
They're-
from it.
But usually,
They're turning was it the Yorktown Yonkers Raceway into a huge
Casino.
MGM Grand Casino.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
After I move. My
Yeah.
goodness.
I mean, it's already a casino. They're just They're basically they're building over the track now.
That's what they're doing. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
it's already Empire Casino, and it's not
Yeah.
that big of a casino. I mean,
No.
it's big.
I
But
think it's
not
just
that
slots. It's nothing more
big.
than that.
And so you can't just redo that building. You would have to add on to it if you want tables and all that stuff. So that I'm assuming that's what they're doing. I don't know for sure, but that would be the only thing that makes sense. They can't expand it any other way.
See, I'm not a
I
big
love
fan.
going to casinos.
I know you like going to the casino. I know, Brendan, you've enjoyed more than
Yes.
one. We went to Atlantic City for your birthday that one time.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of the casino. I can go, like, if I'm going to a show there, like, and then we want to spend like an hour like doing slots or something, that's one thing. But like for me, it is like Melanie wants to go to Vegas at some point because she loves it. And I know nowadays Vegas isn't necessarily known for just gambling. Like they do a lot of shows and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I just no desire.
My 2 cents though, because I haven't been to Vegas. My wife has, but I'm trying to plan things more around hockey. So like, a Vegas Golden Knight game, they're probably a lot of fun. So so give yourself. I would say if you're gonna go during hockey
Well,
season.
that's what people say. Because again, I've never been to Vegas. I don't really have a desire to go. But if someone's like, "Hey, you want to go?" Like, I'm like, "Okay," kind of thing. But I don't really have a desire to go. But what they say is you could really only spend like 2 or 3 days there. Like
Yeah.
anything more than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's
pointless.
and it's only like a 7-hour drive to like LA.
Yeah.
So like you could like team it up with a vacation to California, like
Yeah.
land in Vegas, do 2 days, and then drive to California and do the rest of your trip there. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same problem. I would love to go back to Vegas, but my girlfriend like has no interest. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
I'm really trying to plan the trip mostly around the Magic. Every September they do a big championship, and I'm trying to convince my wife, like, can I just go for like the weekend to play Magic? She's like, why? That makes no sense.
Well, who knows? Maybe there will be a bachelor party at some point in our future to go to Vegas for.
Maybe.
Who's getting married?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, there's at least 2
Joe.
people, I think, right? I was gonna say, yeah, Joe. Joe's the other one.
Oh yeah, Joe's the other one. Yeah. But anyway.
Still got a year and a half until their wedding. So
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right.
Well,
That's a lot.
25.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Going around though, Brendan, goals, things for 2024. What do you got?
My biggest thing I think I'm planning for, we're doing a family trip to El Salvador.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh,
yeah,
very
so
nice.
2 trips.
Yes.
We'll go back to you, Ronnie.
Yeah, we'll go back to your trip
back.
plan. So like that's the big one, and just the passport for the little guy was just a little aggravating, missed signature stuff. So it was just like all this extra work for no real reason. So, but that was the one small hiccup. But like I'm looking forward to finish my training at work. So that means I can start doing casework, which I'm looking forward to. That'd be a lot of fun. I have the joy of being an uncle soon. My sisters due somewhere in the first quarter of next year, so I'm looking forward to that. I know the actual date. I just don't want to share that with the whole world. So, for those of you listening and wondering why is he being so vague? How does he not know when his sisters do? You know?
Trust me, dude. I would not know. I'm the worst. Like, hey, she's having a baby. When? I don't know.
Yeah. So there's that.
Some time o'clock.
In terms of trying to rebalance life and like side things and whatnot, I took a little bit of a break from YouTube just because I couldn't figure out how to balance that with work and my son. So now I'm trying the goal of like make it as simple as possible. Just try to get 1 video out a month. So I already have the year planned out of what I want to record and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to trying stuff like that out. And then I started Doctor Who, so I'm looking forward to see where that journey goes. I've been on a big kick of like trying to find different long form things because I've found that when you watch something for a long period of time, those payoffs on that journey usually are much better than anything you see in like in a 90-minute movie or whatnot for the most part. So like I had done like season 1 of Critical Role, which was like watching somebody play live D&D. So that was like 112 episodes of 4 hours an episode. So that was my long one. reading all of Bleach, spending a year of my life watching the One Piece anime to get caught up on that. So I've now knowing that Doctor Who has this long history, which the first half I really can't access because I'm not paying extra for just watching the old black and white British version of the stuff. But they have like from Chris Eccleston on, so that's their new season 1, and there's like 13 seasons of that. So I figured let me try to enjoy this new long form thing that coincidentally Magic got me into because they did a crossover.
15 seasons of Supernatural. Just throwing that out there if you're interested.
Which apparently I heard it should have ended. It should have ended after like 5 or something like that.
It was supposed to end in season 5. Yeah. We did an episode of it on Multiverse. I think we did that.
I believe you guys did. Yes, I know your track record's really good in suckering other people into watching the show. Didn't you get Rob into the show at some point?
I've gotten everybody into the show at some
His
point.
track record?
Yes, everybody Paul has talked to has started watching the show. So
I'm wearing Supernatural sweatpants.
Paul is the definition of a Supernatural fanboy. Like anybody he could tell is like that show is amazing.
We looked at going to Creator Con or some convention that they do for Supernatural. But the autographs for Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki are already sold out, and they were like $150 a pop. Like they were expensive because it is a
I
Supernatural.
actually think that's not bad compared to like Comic-Con where it's like some people are like 200 plus.
How much what was Christopher Lloyd? I think he was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was great. It was him and Michael J. Fox for like $300 to get their autograph, and I'm like, I love them, but I can't spend that kind of money to get an autograph.
But Ronnie did mention that he had trips, and I don't want him to feel like I forgot. Ronnie, where are you going on vacation?
So it's funny. So when me and my wife were on our honeymoon, we actually booked a vacation for this August.
I was gonna say that. Stop.
So we had this planned already and like half pay for and all that to Turks and Caicos in August. So it's me, my wife, and now 2 daughters. And then we got invited to her cousin's wedding in Cancun in June.
Sweet.
So now we have a Cancun in June and then Turks and Caicos in August. I'm like, cool, we're broke now.
Oh, yeah. Dude, vacations are the most expensive
And it's
thing.
just because of the flights.
Really? The flights are that bad?
Time of year, right?
Well,
Yeah,
no, so if you're doing
June,
beaches, though.
Yeah.
That includes the flight.
No, because we booked it like a year and a half in advance. You can only book 10 months in advance your flights.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So
So it doesn't include the fly?
No. If I was to book it now, I could, but because it's I booked it, a year or two.
I would call them because if that was included in the price.
No, it's not included in the price. The shuttle is. That's it.
Really? Like because. Spoiler alert, I did the same thing at Sandals, and it's still like a $5,500 trip.
Yeah. That's just for room and...
I would look into that.
No, it's true.
I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna make a phone call. I'm calling them tomorrow.
That's just for the room and the shuttle to and from the airport.
Things to think about.
Yeah.
All right, so Sean, it's your turn.
Yes, sir.
2024. What do you got?
Oh, well, so we got, let's see. My girlfriend is in the process of getting her master's degree, and she is set to graduate in May. So we are very much looking forward to that because hopefully that will help her find somewhere else to work because, she needs to find a better place to work because this place is horrible. So looking forward to that. We actually just booked a vacation in October to California, to Newport Beach.
Nice.
So we're going to do a 6-day stay at a Marriott in Newport.
Did you guys
We'll
get that
probably
invite?
try and. But
I think it was a 2-person party.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, guy.
yeah, all right, it's a 2-bedroom actually, and my mom booked it for us, and she was like, "Oh, you could bring somebody if you want." And me and her looked at each other, we're like, "No, we're good."
This is not the White Lotus season 1, okay?
Yeah.
So we're thinking of, we'll obviously rent a car. I think it's 30 minutes outside of Anaheim. So we'll probably try and do like Disneyland. We'll probably do LA, do Warner Brothers, Universal.
Dodgers game.
October?
Yeah, Dodgers game. Go watch the billion dollar team.
Oh.
But that's the big thing we're looking forward to. Maybe something else. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Other than that, I think that's really all it right now.
Very cool. So for us, we have 2 vacations planned as well. We paid for Hawaii. We just got to book our flights. So
Maui?
I forget which one. So basically, we did one of those Hilton come listen to us talk about timeshares. And,
Okay, they
and
got you.
We didn't take advantage of it. We were like, we're no, shut up.
You take the mystery box or the boat?
I didn't take we ended up we were getting ready to leave and they're like, well, here's our exit interview. I was like, I'm listening. They offered us, I think it's 7 days 8 nights, the equivalent of that many points for $1,500, and like from any one of their resorts. So we're like, okay, that we could swing, but we still have to sit through one of their presentations again just for me to tell them no again. So because
you gotta wait another 2 years before you could do it again.
I don't know. I think if they do another exit interview or like an exit offer again, I'm just be like, well, I don't know, because it's like it's their timeshare. It's what they're trying to sell. But so we're doing that in April. We just got to finalize all that. And then we're supposed to be going to, I want to say it's either Barbados or the Bahamas. I keep getting them confused. But either way, it's a nice tropical place that's not here.
Yeah.
We're doing that. That's Melanie's graduation gift. We booked it. Same thing. We booked it during our honeymoon. We still got to pay for it. So if you see me starting an OnlyFans, just subscribe and, just let me live my life. Couple of goals, just a couple of, like a quarter, maybe 50 cents. More just, I just want people to feel bad. Yeah, feel bad, subscribe. But anyway, gotcha $1. I'm not worth it. Nobody wants to see that for $1. But and then we have a couple of conventions that we want to go to. Want to get to New York Comic Con. I didn't get to go last year just because of work and just craziness. But now everything's kind of slowing down. So that's a couple of goals. So
very nice.
Thank you. That is gonna, I think, wrap us up for this episode. We want to thank you guys for a great year. I know the show's been doing well. Cinematic Adventures, #1 show of the year for our network. So,
Oh, look at that!
well, I mean, you would have.
Give me 2 more.
It's because we actually record that show. Looks over at Ronnie dramatically. Anyway,
As Ronnie stares back at him dramatically.
I can't take you seriously. You're not even wearing your headphones.
Ron, this is where you use the baby as the excuse again.
Yeah. Actually, for the record, we have more issues doing Zoom than anything else.
Yeah.
That's Ronnie and I. Zoom issues all the time. It's his computer. Anyway, and of course, Brendan with his show. I know he's getting back into it, so we're looking forward to seeing that. And he's also the biggest critiquer of the YouTube stuff, so make sure he's always texting me, "Hey, did you get new thumbnails?"
Yeah, well, that's because then I'm weird like that because as I have unlimited YouTube, I'm like, why am I going to go? I know it probably helps you with the downloads. Like, why am I going to go on Apple Podcasts? I'll just watch it on YouTube. You know?
It's all good. But so we got a lot of good things coming. A lot of good things. We hope everybody else had good years. I know it's been a lot of ups and downs for a lot of people the past couple of years, but we really hope that we were able to bring some joy and some levity. And as Sean's shirt says, he is a ray of fucking sunshine. So I hope we were able to bring that to your lives. But that is going to wrap us up for today. Now, I can't wait to try this outro. But before we do that, just so you guys know, make sure you guys check out our website. We got some new merch on there. We've got new articles, reviews, all sorts of things. So make sure you guys check out the misfitfaction.com. Check out all of our shows. And of course, our new YouTube channel is going through a revamp. So give that a gander. All the interviews that we do that have video are being put up there slowly. So if you guys are more of the I like to watch video type of listeners, check those out. They've been a lot of fun. But that is going to wrap us up for today. As always, I'm Paul.
I'm Ronnie.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Who's ready for season 4 of 2020?